Please don't give the ugly guy a chance.
Telling you, girl, don't give the ugly man a chance. Don't do it. He's gonna play you, and it's gonna hurt worse.
Hot women should not be dating ugly men.
Wow. Hey.
Oh, hey. Oh, hey, what's up, bro? Hey, what do you do? I'm a U.S. Marine. Did you go to war? No. Ha, you see? Listen, I'm the guy you really want, not this guy. Let's go.
Okay.
Look at this guy's hair. Look at this guy's shoes. Yo, look at this guy's shirt.
Is this all you do?
What? Yeah, well, it just... Hey, where are you going?
Hey.
Oh, hey.
I know I rejected you for the other guy, but do you still want to hang out?
What's up, you guys? We're going to be reacting to women wanting handsome men. I'm sticking up for all handsome men. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't getting cock blocked myself. It's annoying as hell when I'm trying to get a girl too, and I find a girl that I genuinely like just for a non-good-looking guy just give me shit just for being handsome. They want to say things like, oh, but you're not the Terminator, or you're not perfect, or you're a weakling, and they try to prove to the girl that I'm not perfect. So, yeah, now I'm going to be making videos like this, dude. Now I'm going to be telling people exactly what they're doing, and I guess what goes around comes around. Here we go.
One of my biggest pieces of dating advice is to never go for somebody that you have no initial physical or sexual attraction to. I hate to say it, but this is one thing that I think men excel at, because guys will never go for a girl that they're not attracted to. Yeah, men will go home with girls at a bar that they're, not really interested in or attracted to, but it's just to get some. They're not actually pursuing her. But at least if something doesn't work out for a guy in his favor with a girl, it's never normally a girl that he's not attracted to. Whereas girls, on the other hand, we sit there crying about these straight up losers that we had to take weeks to convince ourselves that he was even attractive. Us girls literally refuse to show the guy that we're talking to's Instagram to our friends because we're so embarrassed that we like him. It's just funny to me because I'm like, we actually get played by such losers, and we are never even the ones initially attracted or interested in or pursuing them, but yet we are the ones getting played by them. And I'm not trying to be shallow. I'm not saying like you give a guy one look and like whatever you think of him for that first time you're seeing him is like how much you're attracted to him. But if you're willing to go on a date with a guy after like 3 to 4 dates with him, really getting to know his personality, like if you're not a lot more attracted to him or a lot more interested in him, it's like, why are you even staying with him? I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, even all the guys that I was just like hooking up with in college, not a single one of them I was really attracted to. I just like their personality, and most of them were just really nice and like pursuing me a lot at first, so I gave them a chance, but like I was never interested in any of them or attracted to any of them. Like I can name maybe 3 guys that like I genuinely was like pretty attracted to and like wanted to talk to them. It wasn't like a whole like, oh, they were just being so nice to me, I gave him a chance. It's like, no, like he showed interest in me and I was like excited because I was really attracted to him and I liked his personality. Like I'd much rather be crying about a boy that I really liked and was really attracted to and just like wasn't a piece of shit than crying about some loser that somehow made me fall in love with him even though I have no sexual or physical attraction to. I don't want to sound shallow in saying this, but seriously, like stop giving ugly guys a chance. 9 times out of 10, that guy is just trying to hit. Like, he's gonna be so overly nice to you so that you even just like consider giving him a chance, and then as soon as you give him what he wants, he's not gonna stay with you. I hate to hype the men up, but seriously, like, think like a man. Like, is a guy ever gonna ask a girl on a date that he thinks is unattractive? Hell no. Like, guys will do a lot to sleep with you, like I'm saying, but like, a guy is really never gonna pursue a girl that he's not attracted to. So why should we? You don't owe anybody anything. Why should you feel the need to give the ugly guy a chance just because he's nice? Because he probably isn't.
I'm gonna freaking piggyback on what she's saying and why girls do this. So, girls will fall for the ugly guy because the ugly guy uses her politeness against her. All right, so we're in a world now where psychology is starting to grow. We can go on our phones and we can look up why we do the things we do. And so the ugly guy or the non-attractive guy, he will look up everything that he has to do to win a girl over. All right, just like how I said in the beginning of the video, the non-attractive guy will go up to the attractive guy and just throw all kinds of shit. And the girl will fall for it. Girls, you girls fall for power moves. All right, as soon as you feel some kind of power, you think that the non-attractive guy has something more than the attractive dude. And it makes sense what she says. She's like, oh, a guy would never fall for an unattractive woman. That is so true. And it's true too. So like, would you rather have your heart broken by an attractive guy or a non-attractive guy? All right, so you girls, like that's what I see. Whenever I see a non-attractive dude talking to a girl that he likes, he's trying to use her politeness against her. And the girl doesn't want to seem impolite, so she falls for it. She gives the guy a chance. And then she ends up regretting it. And then she comes to guys like me and she talks about it all the time. Oh yeah, he wasn't that attractive, but I gave him a chance. Yada, yada, yada. And it's like, and I asked him too, then if you're not attracted to him, then why'd you go for him? Why'd you reject a guy? Why would you reject a guy like me or like so-and-so that's also attractive? All right, so yeah, man, you girls, that's what I see. They use your politeness against you, and then you girls feel a little bit of power, and you think that this man is better than the handsome man, and then you're embarrassed to tell your friends about it. That's another thing too. You girls hide it. Oh man, you girls are funny, dude. You girls make me laugh sometimes. But another thing I want to say is when you're a handsome guy, it doesn't matter what you do, dude. Like before I joined the Marines, I was an idiot. I didn't have a father. I was a shit talker. All right. So, but I thought that's how you had to go about life. I really thought that that's how I had to be to survive life. But it doesn't matter what comes out of your mouth. A girl will like you if you're attractive. It doesn't matter if you say, oh, I'm joining the Marines because I need it or whatever. A girl will find you attractive, dude. They don't care what you do. You can be a freaking minimum wage. And a girl will find you attractive, dude. They don't give a f. And they tell their friends about it. Hey, this is my man. And the respect that these women get from dating an attractive guy. Oh my goodness, dude. It makes up for the guy not having, only making minimum wage, for the guy being an idiot. It makes up for that. It makes up for all of that, while the rest of you non-good-looking guys have to work.
Hot women should not be dating ugly men. I did a video on this and it was very clear why, but some people got triggered. I think it was ugly men or hot women who are dating ugly men and they're regretting it. So I just want to reiterate my point. I personally prefer the term less aesthetically pleasing man, but I don't have all day. So why does it matter? Because men are influenced by how they look, okay? Women don't generally care, but men are influenced by how they look, and that influences how they act, okay? So how can they look better? They can't wear makeup. Well, they can, but they don't want to. So they can get a pretty girl. This makes him feel like Billy Big Ball, so he goes into Pokemon catcher mode. He wants to catch them all. Pretty girl is a trophy for him, so why not want more trophies so he looks more powerful? And this all circles back to how he looks and how he feels about himself. Pretty hot girl was willing to look past his look. She was willing, but he can't, and that's where the problem lies. Because she can tell him, I love you, you're amazing, you're the best thing, and he will not believe it. because he himself feels ugly. It will eventually make him feel powerful to bin you off for someone else. Him getting Billy Big Balls and trying to upgrade, that's the best case scenario. This is what can happen. This is what does happen. Don't blame pretty women for not wanting to deal with that.
Alright, so check it out, women. Because we're handsome and because we know we're rare, we don't waste our time with getting every girl. Now, I say this not proudly, okay? But I have slept with a lot of women, all right? I'm not proud of this because all my life I've been growing into church and they've been telling me to wait until marriage and I have not done that. All right, so I'm not proud to say this either, but yeah, like I've been with them all. Asians, white girls, black girls, Latinas, redheads. I've been with them all, okay? But when a good-looking guy is out in the world looking for a girl, he's not gonna stick his dick in every single girl. I know I said I slept with pretty much every type, but I was generally attracted to them. All right, so when you have the top pick of your litter, you go after the girl that you truly like. The most beautiful on the outside, the most beautiful on the inside. You're not gonna choose a girl that doesn't have it all. You're gonna choose a girl that's like you, that gets as much attention as you and all that. All right. When a handsome guy goes after a girl, it's because he genuinely likes her. All right. He's not gonna waste his time with a girl like that. Nah, I hate to say this, a non-attractive girl. He's just not. When he knows he can get something better, something that he's more attractive to, that's just what he goes to. And I want to add something to the non-good-looking guys. I know like freaking me making this video is gonna piss you guys off, whatever, dude. The best thing you can do is to not compete with people like us, with a handsome guy. You never want to compete with us, dude, because we have the power to just tell somebody what it is that you're doing, and the whole room will believe us. And now they hate you. Now they're on to you. That's the power that we have as attractive guys. Whenever a non-attractive guy is talking shit on an attractive guy, the whole world knows what's going on. The only person you're gaslighting is yourself. Really. The whole world knows what's going on. It's a non-attractive guy giving shit to a handsome guy. And when they see you not giving that same amount of shit to everybody else, they're gonna pick up on it. The best thing you can do if you are a non-attractive guy is be friends with him. Alright? Because there's some girls out here that they don't want an attractive guy because they feel like, just like this girl, they feel like the attractive guy is just gonna leave them. Alright, they don't want to have that. They don't want to compete with other women. The best thing you can do as a non-attractive guy is understand that you are non-attractive and that there's girls that want non-attractive guys. And when you hang out with people that look like me or another handsome guy, it's like social proof up that you're cool. Because why would an attractive guy be hanging out with you? When you see a non-good-looking guy hanging out with a good-looking guy and they're genuinely like friends, people know that that non-attractive guy is actually cool as fuck, and that's why he's hanging out with the attractive guys. All right, so just like I say, we get our top pick of the litter with girls. Yo, we get our top pick of the litter with friends too. I didn't have to join the football team. I joined the wrestling team, but I didn't have to join every single sport to know all the popular kids in school. They just assumed I was cool as fuck. So that's the best thing you can do if you're a non-attractive guy. Be friends with these guys. Be friends with the attractive guys. It will work out for you so much. There are girls out there that generally don't they don't want that competitiveness, but when they see you hanging out with an attractive guy, oh my goodness, it's social proof that you're cool. What we say as attractive guys, everything that comes out of our mouths becomes the social norm. All right, we kind of like make up the rules. Whatever is cool to us, we label it as cool, and society just kind of follows. All right, so if you think, oh, I'm gonna mess with this good-looking guy because I'm some kind of a football player or I'm a wrestler and I can just push him around, dude, I can tell you in the past, dude, like I've had freaking like the varsity team. I've had players in the football team get mad at me because I called him slow or something, or I said something to their girl along the lines of he's not good enough or whatever. And I was just being me. I remember before the Marines, I was an idiot. I was a shit talker. All right, but I remember someone. I'm not gonna say his name. Someone from a football team. He got mad. He wanted to fight me. All right, I remember somebody. And I'm not gonna say his name either. Some guy from the basketball team. He was like 6'8". And for some, nah, I shouldn't have said that. Now everyone that go into my high school, you guys are gonna know who I'm talking about, dude. Whatever. I barely talked to his girl. She was in my PE class. Dude, he started messaging me on Facebook talking about he didn't like that I'm talking to this girl, dude, and his girl was confused. He was like, "What? He's not a basketball player. He's just a regular dude." But I was attractive. That's why he got mad. All right, so that's how much power an attractive guy has. It's as much as we say something, and it is. So when we tell people, "Hey, dude, I don't mess with that dude because he's always trying to throw shade at me," oh my goodness, that's all we have to say. You're pretty much done for. Done. All right, every single time I told somebody, "Hey, freaking that dude, he's not cool," you guys, they just listen. They see it and then they just listen and freaking looking back at the dudes like, yo, either they don't have money, they don't have many friends, or they're not really doing too good for themselves, or the other people see that what I was saying is true. That's what you don't want to do if you're an attractive or if you're a non-attractive guy. You don't want to compete with these guys. You guys want to be friends with these guys. You guys got to humble yourselves and say, "Hey, you know what? He has more than me, but we can still be cool. Life is still good." All right, and the best way to become friends with an attractive guy, be genuine. In my other videos, I talk about how attractive guys barely have any friends. And if they do, it's other beautiful people. Guys, this is because everyone's throwing shade at us. So when we find that non-attractive, it doesn't matter if he's attractive or unattractive. When we find that friend that doesn't throw shade, it's like a breath of fresh air, dude. It's like an angel sent from God. It's like, wow. Yes, finally, I have a friend. And I can say that confidently because I remember in the Marines when I shaved my head bald and I shaved my beard and I wasn't as good looking anymore, I had friends. When I was bald, I had friends. In the Marine Corps, they don't let you grow your hair more than 3 inches, but I was letting my hair grow, and about that 3rd inch, yeah, I started becoming attractive again, and I started losing friends. All right, so friggin', yeah, that's what you non-attractive dudes can do. I'm just trying to help you guys out, really.
Stop giving ugly men a chance.
What do you think would happen if a guy made the same videos?
I'm sorry, we're still talking about looks? As if that has ever mattered in the grand scheme of things. It's what initially grabs your attention, but it's certainly not what keeps it. I have met boys who are hot as lava and just as thick, my friend. We are all eventually going to look like boiled up raisins. So I suggest that the person that you end up with has a sexy ass heart. Don't worry so much about the skin bag it comes in. Get to know somebody's character and then determine if they're right for you. Because as far as I'm concerned, looks is just a bonus. Shouldn't be the thing that even starts or sustains a relationship. That's just weird. Not the face that's gonna raise your kids. It's that character that's going to. So pick a good one. And if you feel like you chose wrong, that's okay. Try again. We're on that trial basis. But I usually cancel my subscription before the 90 days.
All right, here we go. I'm about to preach now. So what she says is right. Freaking eventually our looks do fade. All right, so I'm 27. My looks haven't faded yet, or I don't think they did. But most attractive guys are genuinely good guys. All right, and I would say most attractive guys are the strongest. Because we've been challenged so much in life, because we've been bullied when we were little kids, we know how to fight. We know how to stick up to people. We know how to stick up for ourselves. Because we endured all that hardship, we genuinely come out as strong people. We can be the people to raise your kids right. A non-good-looking guy, well, if a jealous one, that freaking he I can tell you right now, maybe the non-good-looking guys freaking they haven't been bullied like us. All right, they haven't had that target on their back like us. All right, they've had friends. Remember how I said earlier, we non-good-looking people, you can have friends, because no one's trying to throw shit at you. Society is not going to be hard on them like they are on us. So when problems come to them, they can't react at it. They can't react at it as well as us. All right, so for people that want to say, "Oh, attractive people are weak," that's bullshit. That's all bullshit, dude. Every one of my friends know how to fight. Every single one. It's no wonder. It's no wonder they've been bullied, so they had to learn. Dude, I remember in high school, I convinced my mom that I had to go to another school because that school had a better wrestling team than the school that I was zoned for, and she sent me, dude. She knew. I was like, Mom, you gotta send me over there. They have the best wrestling team, and it's free. Freaking, I'll learn how to fight and defend myself. She did it, dude. We got it done. I learned how to fight, and freaking the confidence that I got from knowing how to fight. Freaking, if anyone wants to throw down right there, I would stick up for myself right then and there. The non-good-looking dude, what is he gonna do? Dude, you guys are, some of you girls already know, like he's not gonna be able to stick up for himself as good, or you girls just might be embarrassed because of how weak he handled himself. All right, so yeah, looks fade, you guys. Yeah, looks fade, but guess what? Freaking all that hardship that we had to endure, that doesn't fade. All right, and when your kids, when we freaking get you pregnant and we have kids, those kids are gonna be good looking as fuck. All right, and freaking yeah, our looks were fade, but you get to look at your cute ass son. You get to look at your beautiful daughter. You get to look at that for, I don't know, 27 years or 18 years for a girl. You get to look at that. All right, so that's my argument with that.
Telling you, girl, don't give the ugly man a chance. Don't do it. He's gonna play you, and it's gonna hurt worse because he was ugly and he still played you. Just saying.
She's speaking facts, dude. Like it's like I said, dude, with everything coming out, like the red pill and psychology and what people can look up, why we do the things we do. You girls are gonna be getting played by these non-good-looking guys, and it's like I said, dude. When push comes to shove, when life hits him, he's not gonna be able to handle that like a good-looking guy. All right, at least with a good-looking guy, you can tell your friends, hey, look at what I pulled. Yeah, we live in a one-bedroom apartment. That, dude, you like the girl and her friends won't care. They will not care. They'll say, wow, you pulled that. The amount of respect that you get, dude. Now with a non-attractive guy, and I'm saying this from experience, dude. The girls be coming after me, and they be showing me their phone, who they dated. Oh, and freaking, he did this and he did that. All the embarrassing things that he did, and I'm just looking at him like, then why'd you date him in the first place? Oh, because he did this, and I thought, dude, that's what happens when the wrong people get their hands on good information. They start using it against the girl. They start living this lie. All right, and then all lies crumble. So yeah, man, that's what she said it herself, dude. She said, hey, freaking, he's gonna play you, and it's gonna hurt worse because he was an ugly guy. What she's really trying to say is she should have won for that attractive guy, because that attractive guys are generally more not generous, genuine. All right, we just say something and it is what it is, and girls like that. Girls, do you really want to be with a guy that has to shit on everybody that he sees? Oh, he may have this, but I got this. You girls really want that? Or you girls want a guy that just walks and just does himself, and he just gets attention, he gets a respect automatic, and you're with him. And so you're getting respected, you're getting attention too. He doesn't have to say something like, hey, freaking, look at this guy's shoes, look at this guy's shirt. He doesn't have to shit talk. And if he does, it's probably true. It's probably something that's true, or he's just speaking his mind. But he's not doing that to every single guy. Yeah, I know he's not doing that, because us good-looking guys, we realize that our jobs is to recognize people's strengths. All right, if you're an attractive guy and you didn't know that, well, now you know. Your job is to really recognize people's strengths and make them feel good about it. All right, but it's like a double-edged sword, dude. Anything that you say, even if you say, man, you know what, this wasn't cool enough, this was all right, yo, people are gonna take that to the heart. All right, freaking, I always try to say everything was good, everything was cool, everything was awesome. But I'm not gonna lie, when someone pisses me off, I'll just tell them, hey man, like when someone asks me, oh, what'd you think about, this dude's whatever? That was okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I know the dude's gonna get pissed off because I didn't say, oh, it was awesome, just like I did with everything else, but he pissed me off. I got feelings too. All right, so it's like when you go after a king, like you're gonna go after a king, dude. Like you better freaking kill him. Like if you're gonna go for someone at the top, like you better have a planned strategy. And if you don't, if you fail, dude, like off with your head type shit, dude. And I don't even gotta do anything, dude. Us attract, we don't gotta do anything, dude. All we gotta do is say it and it gets done. Straight up.
Stop giving ugly guys a chance. If you do not find a guy attractive, do not date him. Men do not sit in a circle like women do when they are about to date someone and go, he's kind of cute. They don't go, she's kind of cute. Women do that. I don't know why we do that. And they're like, oh, he's got potential. Men do not sit in a circle and do that about women. They literally go, she's hot or she's not. If they don't think you're hot, they're not going to date you. And it's really that simple. Because the thing is that if you date a guy and you go ahead and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm just going to date him. He's kind of cute, whatever. I'm going to give him a chance. That is going to that starts the beginning phase of you letting other things slide.
Right.
Because he does something stupid, you're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to give him another chance. And then he does something else stupid again. And then he does something else stupid again. And then a year later, you're the one looking stupid.
Oh my
girls,
goodness.
don't give the ugly guy a chance. Just don't. Okay? Date someone that you find attractive, that makes you laugh,
She
makes
nailed
you
it.
giggle, buys you flowers, and meets your standards. Okay? Because a guy would never date an ugly girl.
Wow, she nailed it. Remember how I said a guy, like a non-good-looking guy, is just gonna freaking shit talk and freaking make other guys look bad? She says she made up another point that I didn't make up. Apparently, non-good-looking guys do stupid shit. When an attractive guy does something stupid, we still look good doing it. We still look good doing it. Yeah, shit that he said may have been stupid, but he's an attractive guy. And the girls still give him respect. Freaking, yeah, he may have not joined the football team or the basketball team. He may have been a nothing, but he's an attractive guy. When a non-attractive guy does something stupid, dude, it highlights the girl too. Like the people will look at her like, why are you with this guy? You're a beautiful girl. Why are you with this guy? Why didn't you pull freaking what's his face? Wow, no, she nailed it, dude. Because it's really these non-good looking guys, they be doing the most, dude. Instead of like being homies with a handsome homie, they want to try to kill him, and that's stupid. Because no matter how hard you try, and I made a skit about this. I made a small skit. Like for me, for example, people try to tell me that I'm a weakling or that I'm a freaking scaredy cat. I'm gonna try to keep it. In the Marine Corps, they call us worse, but I'm gonna try to keep it PG for the channel. They try to make us look weak, and I tell them, hey, freaking, I'm actually a U.S. Marine. So it's like a double whammy. I'm good looking, and I'm a freaking Marine. Like I put them at a point where it's like checkmate. Now what are you gonna say? You know what they tell me? Oh, but did you deploy? Did you go to war? And I tell them no. And dude, the girls be falling for that. They for some reason they forget that I even said that I was a Marine. They forget that I'm good looking, and they go after the guy that dissed me. And I'm not gonna diss the dude back. I don't got time for that, dude. I got a life that I gotta live. And plus, it'll make me look bad too, because I'm supposed to be this cool guy. I'm supposed to recognize people's strengths. I'm not supposed to say something mean back. All right, and you girls be falling for that. And a non-good-looking guy, they know this too. They know that we can't say anything back, so they attack us where we can't defend ourselves. And you girls be falling for it, letting things slide. That next thing you know, it's just like how she said, she gotta let the next thing slide, then the next thing slide, and then she looks dumb. So yeah, man, she nailed that, dude. Freaking wow. That was awesome.
Okay, why is it that we all have that one friend that just consistently dates losers? Like the strangest men possible, without fail, every time. I mean, I feel like we've all heard that quote, like, we accept the love we think we deserve, like, a million times over and over again, but it's so sad to see it in action. Like, every time I see a beautiful, angelic woman walking down the street with a man who looks like he eats cigarettes for breakfast, I lose probably like 4 years off my life. And if you're the girl that keeps dating these weirdos, this is an intervention. Girl, it's time for you to wake up and realize your self-worth. Luckily, I think I might have found the solution for this blight on society, and it's this app called Hoppy, where you can kind of like matchmake for your friends and just kind of see if the men that they're talking to are up to par with their standard. But if you want to save your friends or yourself from dating a terrible, disappointing man again, it's time to download this app.
Y'all will never convince me of this. I'm so sorry. I would much rather be single than ever have to say I didn't find my boyfriend that attractive in the beginning. I despise the societal pressure we've placed on women to not value physical appearance. Or better yet, that if you want to be treated right, you have to go for the medium ugly man. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to be physically attracted to your partner from the minute you met them. And it is certainly not true that physically attractive men are all assholes or have no personality or won't respect you, yada yada whatever. Trust me, I completely understand that looks are not everything. Definitely more important things. Looks are not going to be what matters when you guys are arguing at 2 a.m. But hate this idea that we've convinced women that you really cannot have it all, because that's not placed on men in any such way. I very rarely hear men say like, oh, I didn't find my girlfriend that attractive in the beginning. And this is because men are taught that they never have to make physical sacrifices in order to find a good woman. In fact, they're told that there's so many good, beautiful women out there that can just take their time. We've given up on fairy tales. I genuinely believe that you can have a man that you find so instantaneously beautiful. He will respect you. He will take care of you. And he doesn't need to be below your league for you to find a good man. Stop rushing. I think it's possible to have your Prince Charming. You can have a man that loves you and respects you, that you want to 24/7. I will just never get me on the ugly boyfriend train. There are just way too many people on this earth to be dating people that you were not physically attracted to a hot boyfriend, bitch.
I'm glad that she brought up sex. All right. I'm glad that she brought that up. All right. So I know, like, I'm not proud of it. All right. But let me tell you from my experience, bro, when I did have sex, it was all the time. They didn't care what I did. They were always waiting for me and freaking treating me nice, and the sex was great, dude. All right, and freaking now, freaking as a Christian, I'm gonna try to preach that you shouldn't have sex until marriage. You want to do that. That way, the girl knows your boundaries, and you know the girl's boundaries, and there's that respect. So that when you're not having sex, when you're just going out, you guys can actually have a conversation. You guys actually like the girl for who they are. And I'd always say that to as an attractive guy. Like, if you have sexual discipline as an attractive guy, life will go so much better for you, dude. Like, somehow, a part of me wishes I haven't slept with as many women as I did. All right, because you have sex with a girl, and then she does something that just pisses you off, and you didn't know that that's what she did, but because the lust was there, she liked you, you liked her. Now she did something that pisses you, or you do something that pisses her off, and now you two hate each other because you didn't establish that ground rule with each other. And that can tear a relationship. The Bible says every time you have sex with somebody, there's an emotional attachment. And so when you find out that the girl like does something that you just don't approve of, you can break up with her, but a part of your soul leaves. All right, so you like the next girl that you find, you're not gonna be as joyful. You're not gonna be as like, you become soulless almost. You become more soulless the more girls you have sex with. All right, and that's why I say, like, I wish I didn't have sex with all of these girls, because now I'm only attracted to like beautiful. Like, I'm just gonna say it. I'm attracted to blondes. I'm only attracted to blondes now. I used to be attracted to black girls, Latinas, Mexican girls, Asians. I'm only attracted to blondes now, and I think the part of me, I think it's because, well, one, I've dated blondes ever since I was a child. Ever since I was in kindergarten, I remember a blonde girl sucking on my thumb when the teacher wasn't looking. When it was sleep time, when we all had to go to sleep in our mats or on the table. Whenever the teacher wasn't looking, she was sucking on my thumb. I've had a blonde girlfriend for as long as I can remember, but I remember also being attracted to Latinas and black girls too, and Asians. But the more I had sex with them, it's a part of my soul kind of left, if that makes sense. So I say all that to say this. Yeah, girls, you girls want a guy that you're gonna be happy having sex with. Like, yeah, you want to marry the dude. You should marry the dude. And handsome guys, you should. Well, I hope you guys take my experience and not make the same mistake as me. I'm telling you right now. As good as that, as nice as it sounds to be able to have sex with every type of woman, it takes a toll on you. All right, and I say this kindly. I say this to you guys kindly as. You guys want to take the girl serious, dude. It's not worth it when you find a hot girl, the girl that she's beautiful, but then you have to break up because she did something. She did something that she just did something, and by the time you bring it up, she doesn't even care because you guys already had sex. Or like, she tries to use sex against you. Like, I'm at the point now where like I want to wait until I get married because friggin' I don't care how beautiful she is. The breakup sucks, dude. All right, it stings. It hurts. And screw going through that, dude. Like, right now I'm 27. I just want to bang one blonde girl for the rest of my life. All right, I'm going to get married, freaking. I'm going to get to know her first. Dude, but I'm not having sex with her. I've seen what it can do. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it felt great. Yeah, it was an experience, and yeah, I got to do things that most guys will never do. But dude, like, it takes a toll on you. It hurts. At the end of the day, dude, it's not what God wants, dude. And God wants the best for you, dude. And I want the best for you guys too, man. That's why I'm making these videos and freaking. Yeah, man. That's why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. I'm glad she brought up sex. Because girls, like, yeah, you girls want to marry a guy that you're going to want to have sex with. Sex is so important, you guys. Like, the Bible describes it as a gift from God. Men will say it's like 99.9999. Shout out to the Hodge twins. They said it. They're like, sex ain't all that. Sex ain't everything in the relationship. It's not 100% of the relationship. But it's 99.999999999999999. And you girls might not want to admit this, bro. You can be living in a dirt poor country, but you found your love and you're having sex with them. You forget everything. You forget that you're living, what you're living in, or what problems you have. That's how powerful it is, dude. So I'm glad she brought up sex. I'm glad she brought up that good point. All right.
I'm sorry, but I simply cannot stay quiet any longer.
That's unfortunate.
Women, you have got to stop dating ugly men. I am so sick of walking down the street and seeing the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life with just some guy with a solid 4.
When she thinks she's a 10, but she's loaded to the brim with toxic superficiality. Nah, that's 2 behavior. Never in my life have I been so miserable that I was personally offended by the physical appearance of a person that I'm not even dating. Like, imagine being so entitled that you think it's unfair that women you don't know are dating guys that you don't think are hot enough, without knowing a single one of their personality traits or life accomplishments. My dude could have helped invent fiber optic Wi-Fi, and she would be like, but he looks like a foot, dump him!
All right, I'm glad she said that at the end. I'm glad, but he looks like a foot, don't. You girls say you don't care, but you care. Okay, because a female's life is just being beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside, and making sure that she found the right guy. All right, so as much as you females want to say, oh, we don't care, you girls care about who your friends date. You girls respect the girl based off of what man he pulled. When you see that your girl pulled a 4 and he's just talking shit about other dudes and he has to talk shit because he feels like that's what he's got to do to boost himself, girls, you will lose respect from guys too. a guy will look at, dude, I will walk down the street and a guy will look at a girl and be like, why did this beautiful girl pull him? Like, why are they together? Guys do this too. Like, why did she reject? Like, I would hear stories about my friends, like, from school. And it's like, why did she go with him and not with my bro? Like, he's a way better guy than him. Like, why? And freak, I think a lot of this has to do with like society trying to bash women for, right now, the red pill and like, you know, everything that they're talking about is they're trying to lower the women's standards. Yes, like that's good. Like if you don't make six figures, if you don't have the six-pack abs or whatever, like the women should lower their standards. But that doesn't mean freaking give every guy a chance, because then how does that make our society better? So, you girls gotta follow your hearts, all right? You girls gotta, like, not care about what other people say, but also understand why things are the way they are. All right, so, like, the only reason why the society tells you girls, hey, freaking lower your standards, is because your standards are unrealistic. But that doesn't mean you should turn down the attractive guy just because the non-handsome guy has money or whatever. Like, oh, he's unattractive, but he's got money. All right, if you're gonna fall for that materialistic bull crap, let me tell you what happens. And I live in Naples, all right, and that's one of the richest cities in Florida. You can have, I see wives pissed off. They're just pissed off all the time, and they live in a mansion, and they're sleeping with other dudes. All right, so that just tells me like he doesn't have a good vibe on him. His vibe is so bad that his girl just decides to cheat on him. All right, so as much as you girls say freaking, oh, you know, why would she bash on this girl for, you know, for her friend dating a dude that she doesn't even know? Hey, dude, that's just how it is. When a girl freaking is dating an attractive guy, the respect on that girl goes way the fuck up. The other girls start telling them, damn, girl, you girls know. All right, I be seeing you girls they'll do it in front of me too. So I know. All right, so freaking. But yes, it is true. You should be getting to know a guy and freaking learning his traits and freaking, yeah, falling in love with him by the inside. But shoot, like I wish you guys would see the non-attractive guys, see how much of a piece of shit they are, bashing on people like me that haven't done anything. We just walk into the room and they bash on me. They try to say me that, they try to tell me that, yeah, you're a U.S. Marine, but you still ain't shit. What? No. When people hit me with that, dude, I just know, like, dead off the bat, dude, you're just mad because I'm the whole package, dude. Really.
Ladies, do not ever date the ugly guy. I know, he's nice, he's funny, he is so into you, he's so much fun. Right now, he is. He has to be all of those things right now because he knows he's got a face for radio, so he better work on that charm.
Sounds like a man that knows how to treat a woman, if you ask me. And it has nothing to do with his attractiveness and everything to do with him being a real ass man.
I'm gonna date you, this woman who seems pretty far out of his league, right? A woman who also treats him really well with dignity and kindness. He's gonna start thinking, you know what? Maybe I've got a lot to offer.
As she should treat people the way she wants to be treated. Cause baby, somebody's exterior has absolutely nothing to do with their interior.
Treat a mediocre man like a king. He actually starts believing he's a king, and he goes out there to spin the block to see if he can get even better than you.
Wow.
He won't. He'll find a lot out there, maybe a couple crazy gals or two.
Looks only go so far. It's what you bring to the table. And his personality is what makes him a king.
True.
Date the hot guy instead, seriously, because they never ever actually become assholes. They don't have those same feelings of shame and defectiveness, that insecurity like the ugly guy.
They are the biggest assholes. Because most women fall at their feet and let them treat them like shit, all because of their exterior.
Never ever,
maybe the
ever
true
win
assholes,
with the ugly guy.
but
you will always win with the guy that respects himself and treats you like a queen.
So like I said, you guys, I have a lot of attractive friends. They're not all assholes. They're actually really good guys. All right, because we get like, when you guys see a guy acting like an asshole, it's because someone's pushing his buttons, really. Or he's just speaking his mind. And sometimes that can hurt people. When let's say I walk into an art museum and I say, I like that painting more than that one. Someone might think of me as an asshole. Why don't you like my painting? Girls, I mean guys, or whoever's watching this video, remember, we have the power to say this is cool and this is not cool because we're just this good-looking person. Whatever we say, it's what it is. It is. All right, it's something as simple as that can piss somebody off. Imagine if I just go on a rant outside. I know I'm going on a rant right now, but if I say these things that I'm saying right now outside into like a mall or in a group of people, they're gonna think I'm an asshole. And I'm not being an asshole. I'm just saying the truth. I'm just saying what comes to mind. But as something as simple as, I like this painting more than that one, the guy who drew the painting that I didn't like, that I didn't like as much as the first one, he might get pissed off. All right, so yeah, and another thing that the first girl was saying, she was saying we don't get like that sense of defensiveness. Like, when you girls start treating a handsome guy like a king, we're not going to abuse that power because we've had that power since we were kids. We know how not to abuse that power. We know what happens when we abuse that power. All right? Like, choosing one girl, like I want to date this girl over all of you girls, that pisses the rest of you girls off. And I can't date all of them. I got to choose one. So, yeah, we may come across as assholes, but I'm telling you right now, we're not. We're not. And my friends that are good looking too, they're not. They're actually genuinely good people. All right, so another thing that I want to add, and I feel bad for the non-good looking guys when I say this, I really do, because this is hard. All right, when you're a non-good looking guy, you got to build up your conversation skills. You have to be funny. You have to be doing something at all times. Because you're not a good looking guy, this is what you got to do to make up for that. And that I will truly say, I'm sorry. All right, because when I shaved my head bald and I realized this, it sucked. All right, it sucked being the Marine, going to a bar or going to the club and watching the girls just flock to the handsome guys. I know how that's like. I know how it's like to run out of jokes. Eventually, I ran out of jokes and the girl got bored of me. I know how that's like. All right. But I'm here to tell you guys, you non-handsome dudes, I still pulled women, even when I was unattractive. I'm gonna pull up a picture when I was bald in the Marines. I still pulled women. All right, it was as simple as being friends with a handsome guy, or being friends with the popular dudes. Like I said, not all women want a handsome guy. They don't want to deal with the competitiveness. But when they see me hanging out with cool dudes, it's social proof. It's proof that I'm a good person on the inside. So I still get one woman at the end of the day. And all you need is one. All right, so that what she said was true. That, he has to be the non-good looking guy. He has to be funny all the time. He has to do this, he has to do that. Just so the girl won't get bored of him. That is true. All right.
Never, ever, 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 please, ever date an ugly guy.
Damn. Man, that was a lot of freaking soul into that one. She looked like she had the worst time with the non-good looking guy. Man, I'm telling you, non-good looking guys, they be doing the most, dude. They really don't have to. They really don't have to. They be doing the most, dude. And it makes them look stupid. You non-good looking guys, you end up shooting yourself in the foot, dude. Now, luckily, when I shaved my head in the Marines, I didn't do this shit. Well, I did some stupid shit, all right? I'm not gonna lie. We all do stupid shit. But because I was good looking before the Marines, I knew how to act as a non-good looking person when they did shave my head bald. All right, I knew to make sure that I don't throw shade at the freaking good looking guy or the popular guy. I knew my place. I knew my place. But dude, freaking, that's the best thing you non good looking guys can do, dude. Honestly, like, and it works. It works, and it's as simple as just being friends. That's easy.
I've been single for so long. Standards have gotten so high that I'm like, I'd rather just stay single for the rest of my life than to be stuck with a bum or somebody who just makes my life more stressful. In the past, I've always found myself dating or like talking to guys that I'm really not that interested in. Common theme and all that is I'm not attracted to them. Usually it's like we have a really good friendship and I want to like them and they treat me good, everything's good, but it usually comes down to is I'm not attracted to them. So as of recently, I've decided, you know what, I need to break this cycle. I don't know why people are so hard on girls. They're like, oh my gosh, you only are concerned with looks. But they will never say that to the guy. Like, if you think about it, a guy will never settle for a girl they don't think is the most beautiful girl. It's all about looks for them, and then they look at personality second. And that is almost true for most guys. Anyways, whenever a girl is like picky about that, they're like, well, it's the personality that matters. And I'm like, yes, of course, but baseline, I need to be attracted to this man. Started to become a thing where I'm known to date or talk to ugly guys. And I'm not saying every single one was ugly, but 9 times out of 10, they weren't my type, and I didn't really find them attractive. There's a common denominator for these relationships failing now, and I need to fix this. Next guy I date, I have to think he's attractive, and he might not have to be like model 10 out of 10, but like in my eyes, I need to think he's like super attractive, super cute, plus all the personality, the good stuff. Like, I can find my future boyfriend attractive, be proud to be like, yeah, that's my boyfriend, not like, okay, he looks a little rough in that photo, but he has a really nice personality. No, I don't want that. I want to be like, yes, he's so cute, and he's so nice, he's so funny, blah, 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 you know? Because we can do it all, ladies, we can do it all.
I'm glad she said that. All right, she said, I'm starting to become the girl that people know for dating ugly guys. I'm glad she said that, bro, because freaking that's what happens. A girl dates one ugly guy, and I'm only using ugly just because she said it. She dates one non-attractive guy, and then the other non-attractive guys see that, and they say, yes, finally, a hot girl that I can potentially get. So they look at the freaking girl dating the non-attractive guy, then they break up. And remember how I said freaking these non-good-looking guys be using their politeness, your females, I'm talking to you, your politeness against you? Oh, you gave so-and-so a chance, why don't you give me a chance? And you girls are going to feel bad because you girls are genuinely good people, and you girls think with your emotions, and you let it fly. You let it slip. And then you become the girl that gives non-good looking guys a chance. And not that I'm saying there's something wrong with that, but it's something wrong when it's not what you wanted in the first place. It's not what you wanted. All right, so I'm glad she brought that up. Shout out to this girl, freaking. And I'm glad more and more girls are making TikToks about this, dude, because it's like I said, I wouldn't be making these type of videos if I wasn't getting cock blocked. I'm trying to find my love too, but I'm getting cock blocked. Everybody knows what the red pill is now. Everybody wants to look on their phones why we do the things we do, and then they attack me, even if I'm a U.S. Marine, perfectly good person. But by the way, I got PTSD, by the way. Perfectly good person. But they want to shit on me for not going to war, or they want to shit on me for not being deployed. I was a military police officer. I still seen bad things. Like I've done hard things that 99% of people wouldn't do. But they still freaking attack me. So that's why I'm making these videos, dude, because I want to let these men know, like, there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them. You can be a good little boy, become a U.S. Marine, and people will still shit on you just because you're handsome. So that's why I'm making these videos. I'm trying to spread peace. With understanding, there comes peace. And that's what I want.
Ladies, please, for the love of God, if you are still dating, which I'm not judging, but please, for the love of God, do not give the ugly guys a chance, okay? Hear me out.
Here's what'll happen if you give a 5 a chance, okay? First of all, you are gonna boost his ego to the sky, okay? And then that man is gonna turn invincible, or at least he'll think he is. And that's worst case scenario. And before you know it, he's gonna drag you down to his level, okay? He's gonna think, oh my God, I pulled this baddie, yada yada yada. And all at the same time, you're like a 10, okay? He pulled you down to a 5, now you're on his level. We're not doing that. Don't waste your time, okay?
Ladies, please, for the love of God.
That'd be happening, dude. Freaking, yeah, man. The guy, like the non-good-looking guy, he starts thinking he's the and he really does get that ego boost, and he just does something stupid, dude, because he's reacting off of emotion. And then the girls are embarrassed. They're like, what am I doing?
Do not give the ugly man a chance. Don't do it. And I'm going to tell you why with some specific examples from my lived experience, right? We as women, we're kind of conditioned to give the ugly guy a chance. And we're also conditioned to try and prove that we're not shallow or vain. And us having to prove that we're not shallow is well within the interest of all men, not just the ugly ones, but that's a topic for another video. We're also conditioned to think that the ugly man is going to treat us better than the handsome man, because the handsome man, if he has other options, he's going to go for those other options, right? And so the ugly guy will be so happy that we give him some attention. But we all saw adolescents, didn't we? And we know that that is not the case. And I've dated a lot of men, and a lot of them I'm still friends with. But when I tell you, the very ugliest among all of them was the one who treated me the very worst. And in fact was the only one who emotionally abused me for several years. Like when we went on our first date, we met on Bumble, and when I saw him for the first time in real life, I was disappointed. He was not attractive. But of course I had to prove that I'm not shallow, right? I was looking at him on the inside. Of course, it started off with so much love bombing, like he told me that he would lose his breath every time he saw me, that he couldn't believe someone like me was even interested in him. He literally wrote a song about me. So I was hooked, right? Despite the fact that I was not physically attracted to him at all. And then the classic love bombing turned into negging, and we've all heard that audio from that recovering narcissist who explains how he kept his girlfriend in a state of uneasiness and a state of anxiety when she never knew which version of him she was going to get. One day sweet, the next day terrible.
They used your politeness against you because that's what they got to do. Well, at least the ones that haven't experienced how to like treat a girl. All right, like in my case, when I shaved my head bald, like I knew not to do these things with a girl because I was good looking before the Marines, like all my life. But to the guy that's never really like pulled a girl, this is what he thinks he has to do to keep you. And if you're a guy watching my videos, I hope you stop doing this because it's really annoying. Like we want to say this to you guys, but we just look like an asshole. Like a guy like me would just look like an asshole. Then I look bad. Then I get treated like a villain. And screw that negativity, dude. I'm trying to live my life. I already get enough negativity that it is. That's why I don't say it to you. Plus, I know you're also insecure. So if you're gonna live in that lie of I'm better than this man, like he's not perfect, come after me. If you want to live in that lie, I'm not gonna like. I'll probably say it to you once, but when you don't get it, like, then I'm just gonna back off. And then I'm going to tell the rest of the people, hey, freaking, yeah, that guy's not cool. He did this to me, and freaking, all I got to do is say it. And as soon as I say it, it just gets done. Like, oh, that guy's not cool. He did that to you? They're going to know what's going on. They're going to know it's the jealousy. And all I got to do is just say it, dude. So, yeah, if you're a non-good-looking guy and you're doing this, like, it's got to stop, dude. It's got to stop, dude. I'm gonna bring up a Bible verse, dude. I'm gonna start bringing up these Bible verses. When you like you're the girl that you're supposed to be meant for, like she's gonna do all these things. I'm gonna pull up these Bible verses. The Bible says, a good wife is good to you in all of her ways. all of her ways. So non-good looking guys, you will find your girl and she will be good to you in all of her ways. And if she's not good to you in all of her ways, then you know she's not your girl. You know she's not going to be a good wife. All right, so freaking, the Bible also says a good wife never disappoints. If that girl has disappointed you, non-good looking guy or good looking guy, if she disappoints you at all, that wasn't your girl. You got to keep it moving. That's not for you to sit there and be like, oh, why'd you go after the attractive guy? What about me? That's not what you want to do, dude. All right?
Because an unstable, anxious...
And using these girls' politeness against them, dude, and putting them in that state of freaking eggshells, dude, that's not right either, dude. The Bible talks about it. Freaking, the Bible doesn't say the word narcissist. God just says people that make up their own rules and expect people to follow are fools. Even God says it, dude. You guys are fools. You guys just look stupid. All lies crumble, and you guys just look stupid.
Attached woman is someone who he couldn't manipulate. And so this was exactly what I experienced. Constant uncertainty about what I meant to him, if he even liked me. In fact, it was a full 7 months before he made me his girlfriend, and that was his words, not mine, because I had to somehow prove and jump through so many hoops that I was worthy enough to be his girlfriend, right? And because my self-worth was getting diminished all of the time, it was easy for me to just be attached. He would constantly say things like, other men are gonna treat you like shit. His friends were always telling him, like, oh my gosh, Julia is so beautiful. How did you get such a beautiful girlfriend? And he hated that. He hated when anyone else commented on the fact that I was attractive and he was punching above his weight is the expression. And so he took every single opportunity that he could to humble me and make me feel insecure, not just about my appearance, but about the choices that I made, about my relationships with my friends and family, about my career.
Girls, this is what you can do to find a good look, to find the guy that's meant for you. The Bible says that a good husband is respected amongst all of his people in the village or in the group. He's a respected leader. A respected leader. All right. So if he's trying to shit on other people constantly and you see that, people don't respect that. All right. Freaking, I'm gonna pull up more Bible verses on like what a good husband will do and freaking all the traits that they do. I'm just naming the stuff that I know off of my head. But the Bible is very true, you guys. The Bible is so real, and it's why I'm here, dude. I see what's going on in the world, and I'm like, man, I can tell who reads the Bible and who doesn't. But for you guys that don't read the Bible, hey, I got you. I'm gonna be that homie. I'm gonna be the one to tell you, freaking, this is how it is. This is the way it actually is. This is why things in the past didn't work out. This is why things are the way they are.
And we literally worked in the same company about my hobbies, the hobbies that I chose to be interested in, to the point where I no longer practiced any of my own hobbies. I only practiced.
One other thing I want to mention, just like how I'm preaching right now to you guys, I've had girls come up to me, like I'm looking at this girl right now. She looks like someone that I used to talk to like when we were kids growing up. These girls will come up to me and tell me about their problems, just like this. And I'll be looking, I'm like, what is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? Why did he do that? I don't do that. Why would he? Remember what I said about the Bible saying a good husband is a respected leader? So you guys that want to do this, put these girls on eggshells, just know that these girls are coming up to guys like me for reassurance, not for validation, but to see what's going on. And when a guy like me says, why the hell is he doing that? What the what? The girl's gonna know. So that game that you're playing, that gaslighting game, dude, that freaking dude, all lies crumble.
his hobbies. I took up running. I developed an interest in watches and fragrances because that's what he was interested in. He isolated me from my friends and family, constantly withdrawing affection and intimacy to make me feel like there was something wrong with me. I was doing something wrong. I was repelling him. He literally said, "You repel me," multiple times to my face. And it was the pandemic.
And I'm gonna snitch on the red pill. I'm gonna snitch on y'all right now, dude, because a lot of things, you know, the red pill does preach a lot of truth, but the red pill leaves the Bible out of it. All right, so freaking, I forgot what she was saying. Oh, that's right. So the red pill teaches girls. I'm speaking to you. The red pill has been teaching guys how to control girls' emotions. That's why they withdraw energy. That's why they give you attention and then they withdraw it. And that shit will piss me off, dude. Like, yeah, it was supposed to help men like seek out the truth. That way, men aren't, like, you know, getting played. And I'm talking about like the girl will play him hard. Like, she will use him for all his money and then have another dude's child and make the dude pay for it. The girls will play the guys too. And that's why the red pill came out, because freaking the truth had to come out. All right, like the men said enough is enough, but men have also taken advantage of that. All right, so freaking like the non-good-looking, the bad people know how to control these women, and these women are now suffering. It was supposed to be good for the guys. It was supposed to be, you know, it was supposed to be good, but the pendulum swings. Now the guys are doing the girls wrong. Now the girls are wondering, what the hell? Like, why can't I do things right? What is wrong with me? Why do I fall for these things? And that's why. All right, so girls, like, don't fall for that shit. If a guy's like using your emotions against you, freaking, it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be 50-50. It's supposed to be even. It's supposed to flow. All right, if you guys want to know more, girls, I recommend you read the Bible. Read the Bible before every one of these men get in your pants, just because they want to get in your pants. And I'm gonna be honest with you, red pill. A lot of guys just want to have sex. They don't want to marry these girls, and these girls are just being left behind. I know 5 years ago it was men ain't shit, but it's not really like that anymore. Like, women are starting to get humbled. They want to find a good. These 18-year-old girls that are turning 18 now, they're paying the price for what these girls did 5 years ago, and that shouldn't be right. If any girl is gonna get punished, it should be the girls that actually said men ain't shit and they were treating us like trash. And I'm not gonna lie, they were treating us pretty bad. That ego boost, and like, you know, they were on some bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. But for an 18-year-old girl that just turned 18, like probably today, for her not being able to find a man, even though she didn't do anything wrong, like, that shouldn't be like that. All right.
So this went on for almost 2 years, and by the end of it, I had a severe eating disorder. I had never had an issue with my weight or my appearance until that relationship. I had never had an issue with food until that relationship. He was shaming me for the types of food that I was eating until I was eating nothing at all. This man was so obsessed with humbling me and making me feel worthless, making me feel ugly, because that's how he felt about himself. He would constantly...
Dude, and she's beautiful, dude. Like, she seems like a good person. I feel bad, dude. I actually feel bad. Like, I know women have it easy in life, but nah, dude. This just isn't good, dude.
Constantly be kind of throwing it in my face like, it's because you're not attracted to me. It's because you don't find me attractive. You don't fancy me. And he was right. I didn't. But he made me feel like a terrible person for that. And because I was so anxiously attached and he kept telling me that I would never find better and that I would never do better than him, I believed him. He had me convinced that my family didn't love me. He would chastise me if I spent too much time doing my hair or my makeup or trying to find an outfit. He would constantly call me...
What the f***, dude? What the f***? Like, is this why we made the red pill? Like, so that guys can start doing this shit now? Like, are we gonna keep doing this? Like, we're back in the day. I remember, like, back in the 2000s, it was the girls crying over the guy. Now the guys are crying over the girls. And then now we're going back and forth. Are we gonna keep doing this, dude? family doesn't love your family doesn't love you? What? Bro, girls will come up to guys like me and say this, and us guys will give them the reinsurance like, hey, like you're actually beautiful, like you shouldn't have to deal with this. Then the girls get the confidence to freaking break up with the dude. Like, I'm telling you guys are using this manipulation game, dude. It's only gonna bite you in the ass, dude. You're not gonna be able to keep it forever. Like, that's just how life is. Like, life is good. All evil just crumbles. All of it.
Vain and conceited. There is a difference between vanity and self-love, of course. I'm an adult, I understand that difference, but he had me feeling like any attention that I put on my own appearance and my own self-care and self-love was completely like just vapid and vain and stupid and frivolous. And I think that's because he knew that there was nothing that he could do to improve his own appearance. I know that was a long tangent, but moral of the story is all of his own self-hatred he projected onto me. All of his insecurities about his own face, and also the fact that he really hadn't gotten very far in his career, he was projecting onto me. And before you say, oh, you're using a filter, you mustn't be that attractive yourself, yeah, I still have some insecurities as a hangover from that relationship. But no man before or since has ever made me feel that bad about myself. And it's not a coincidence that it was the most repulsive one to look at. Women as a whole are not shallow. They don't actually care that much about physical appearance. But his own feelings about how he looked on the outside made him a really bad person. And that's why he's the worst boyfriend that I ever had. Not because of how he looked. Do not give the
Freaking, I'm gonna tell you girls right now, you girls want to avoid men like this. As soon as he starts talking trash about other men without having a valid reason, like he's got to have a valid reason. If I talk trash on a dude, it's because it's valid. It's something that he did to me. I'm not gonna exaggerate anything, but I'm just gonna say, hey, he did this to me, and that's why I don't hang out with him anymore. Or he did that, and I think, me personally, I don't like that. When people do that, it makes me feel this way. I look at it that like this. But when a guy wants to go up to another guy, or just, he goes up to a girl and say, hey, freaking look at the shirt he's wearing, or look at his shoes. When it's something that's not valid, it's something that doesn't matter, and he's just talking shit just for the sake of talking shit, girls, those are the guys you want to avoid. He's gonna pull up some psychology move where you're gonna think that he has power over this freaking good-looking guy, when it really, like, the good-looking guy just doesn't want to argue back. Like, that's why he's staying quiet. But you girls will think, wow, he dissed him, he must be more, I'm gonna give him a chance. And then you girls end up regretting it, dude. It's so sad. It happens to me all the time, where a beautiful girl will come up to me, and then a guy will come up, like if I asked him, like, to come up and talk to me, like if I was greeting him, like I'll be getting onions, dude. I'll be getting some oranges at a store. A girl will come up to me, and then a guy will come up to me. It's like, what the fuck? Who asked you to come over here? What? What's going on? I didn't do anything. I just came here for some onions. But then the guy will diss me, and then the girl will go with him. And me, and good-looking guys, when this happens to you, just know that was never your girl. Take that as you dodged the bullet. Because if she's willing to leave you just like that, dude, be happy she left you right there, and not when you're already married to her and have kids with her and all that. Look at it as a blessing. All right, that's what I learned to do. I used to, the first time it happened to me, I was like, what? Like, I used to feel some type of way. Like, I would sit there and wonder, like, what I did or what I said. The Bible says a good wife is good to you in all of her ways. A good wife will never disappoint you. As soon as she disappoints you, as soon as she's not good in all of her ways, it was never meant to be. And you guys will find peace in yourself. You guys will tell yourself, you know what? Let them have her. And when they do come back, I don't take them back. I walk away. I don't even say anything to them. I remember why they left, and I don't want to be with a girl like that. So, Yeah.
As women, we need to stop dating down. We genuinely need to stop giving the uglies a chance because for whatever reason they think that
Wow, this one's got 3,000 likes.
and then their egos blow up and then they end up screwing people over.
See, you girls and guys would be telling me, oh, freaking, this girl sounds freaking, crazy for saying this. Bro, she's got 3,000, she's almost got 4,000 freaking likes on his TikTok. And all she did was sit on camera and say what she thought. But apparently, look at this, nearly 4,000 likes, 245 comments, nearly 500 people saved this, and 200 people shared this. She's not the only one that thinks like this. So you guys want to sit here and say, oh, that's not true. Apparently it freaking is. Look at this. The numbers don't lie, dude.
Like, what? That's why I'm not on the dating apps. That's why you shouldn't be on the dating apps, okay? Because these men, okay, these boys, think they have access to you when in real life, in the wild, you wouldn't look them a certain way. And then don't get caught up in the, okay, like, he's not that handsome, but he's nice. Everybody's nice. That's the fucking bare minimum. Oh my God, if that man cannot be nice, cannot be polite, girl.
She's got a point.
My cat's nice, and she scratches me a lot. She's nice. She comes and cuddles. Come on. We need to stop as a collective. I've given ugly men a chance, and they were ugly on the inside too. Okay? All right? Unless he's ugly, very rich, very generous, okay? No. Even then, you need to reconsider. And then don't go for the best looking men who have nothing to offer, okay? Because that is the same problem, is they think they can just get away with things with their face. It's like, no, honey, you gotta do more than that. Or if they're like, I got a big I have so many opinions about this. It's my take it or leave it, okay? Stop giving ugly people from the inside and out a chance.
For an ugly guy before, and he ended up breaking your heart, and you cried over him, and instead of learning anything from that experience, you are still fucking with ugly guys. Like, I don't know, that's so disappointing. Like, I don't know, you do you.
Between you and me, don't tell anyone I said this. I'll deny it if you do. If you're gonna get into a relationship with someone, or like, put your little heart on the line and then potentially get hurt, let it be someone really hot, because at least at the end of it you don't have to like shamefully like, yeah, that's who broke my heart. At least at the very least at the end of it you can be like, bagged it. Between you and me, don't tell anyone.
And that's the thing that these girls are starting to realize. Like, they tell their friends, like, yeah, that really hot guy I was dating, he broke up with me. Girls, you'll still have your respect. Like, the girls will look at you and be like, okay, well, at least he was hot. And guys do this too. Guys would say, yeah, man, that really hot girlfriend I had, she just broke up with me. Guys will do this too. They'll say, hey, man, well, at least she was hot, dude. At least she was fine. There's even that saying that if I'm gonna marry a girl, I can't remember where I saw it. I think I saw her in a movie where one guy says, I know getting married is like, I know getting married means that I'm gonna end up divorcing her later and she's just gonna take half of my stuff. But if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna make sure that it's with a really hot girl that is worth my life getting destroyed over. I think that's what he said. It was in some comedy movie. I can't remember where I saw it. But guys will think like that too, where we want to date a really pretty girl, and freaking, if it doesn't work out, well, at least we got to at least kiss her or make out with her or get to be with her. At least we got to do that with a, it's an experience. So it's like, it's not really a loss. You don't really get disrespected. Now, if it was, dude, yeah, no, if it was like a non-good-looking girl or a non-good-looking guy, then yeah, the guys and girls would say that, oh man, he wasn't all that. Why did I do that? And the girls will be looking at you too, like, you know, why'd you do that? Why? You're a beautiful girl. Why'd you go after? Why didn't you date? All right.
It's too late for Ariana Grande, but it's not too late for you, right? If you're a 10, do not date the ugly men. Do not, ever. This should not have this arguing over him. He started out grateful, okay? But now he's been with you a little bit of time, he's gone into delusions, okay? So he thinks that he is a 10 also. Or worse, he thinks he is special, okay? He thinks he's so great that he's able to pull 10s all the time, okay? Now what he's going to do is he is going to either try and get with another 10 and find a vulnerable 10, or he is going to go with a 5 and below, which is going to make you feel like shit, okay? No, he's not going to just embarrass you. He's going to break your soul. And you are going to feel 10 times worse because you had the ugly guy who you took pity on mess you around. Put your hands up if you've been personally victimized by an ugly guy. It's too late.
Man, and this video got shared 175 times, got saved more than 100 times, commented more than 100 times. It's got over 1,000 loves. If this wasn't the case for dating a non-good looking guy, like, then why would all these people be agreeing with her? This has to be the case. This, dang, dude. Man. Ugly guy, a non-good looking guy is not appreciating a beautiful woman, dude. That's wild.
Longer. Women, you have got to stop dating ugly men. You've got to stop.
What? What did we do to you? We fucked that up on our own. We don't need your help.
Longer. Women, you have got to stop dating ugly men. You've got to stop.
What? What did we do to you? We fucked that up on our own. We don't...
Not to hate on this guy. Alright, but it's like I said before, if this wasn't the case, then the other previous videos that I showed you guys, they wouldn't have gotten that many likes or that many shares. Alright, and you guys wouldn't be having people like me freaking defending these girls saying, yeah, that's true. Alright, so again, this is like the red pill being out and psychology being out and people finding out what we do and how we react, and they just use it for bad. So yeah, man. And I hate to bash on non-good looking guys, dude, but we gotta all start taking accountability for our own actions.
I can't believe that so many women don't know this hack. And I didn't for a really long time. Don't ever date ugly men. Okay, no, but I'm being serious. And by ugly, let me clarify. I'm not talking about what they look like. I'm not talking about necessarily who they are. I'm talking about who they think they are, how they think they look. When you use them as the meter and they feel that they're an ugly person or they're insecure and you can tell that about him, the early stages are great because he's loving the validation he gets from you. And because of that, he's a great person. But time goes on and you continue to validate him the same, but it sounds just about the same as, I don't know, his mom. You're just saying that. You have to say that. An insecure man will always look for validation elsewhere. The bar is not about how he looks in terms of being ugly. It's how he feels about himself. It's what he believes about himself. Have you ever heard the phrase, only ugly men cheat? That's why. If you listen long enough, people tell on themselves. If you listen long enough. And when he tells you, believe him and walk away.
So I agree on that, on the when a non-good-looking guy dates like a 10, a female, yeah, their ego skyrockets. But I don't think it's just only ugly guys that cheat. I'm not gonna lie, good-looking guys, we cheat too. All right, and I've cheated before. I'll admit it. All right, freaking. And this is why I say I don't want to have sex until marriage. Well, at least now. It's because freaking the reasons why I cheated, like, might be saying might be different for a reason for why another guy has cheated. All right, but that's why the Bible says to wait until marriage, because you want to find out what the other person is really like before exchanging that emotional bond. All right, because once you exchange that emotional bond, dude, like once you have sex, the guy can just leave, or the girl can just use it against him if she's like a really hot, like a beautiful girl. So that's the only tip I can get for you guys. Freaking just wait until marriage, dude. Like this everyone's screwing each other. Dude, like, I'm gonna say this too. A lot of people have STDs. That's another reason why I want to wait. Like I caught an STI, and luckily for me, like it wasn't a bad one. It's gonna go away, right? But it made me like, yo, I'm gonna wait until I find out what the other person is, or what she has, before I even freaking go ahead and stick my dick in her. Straight up. All right, you guys, that's all I got for this video. I know it was a long one, but I hope I shared a lot of knowledge, and I hope I brought some peace into both guys and girls, into why things are the way they are. Read the Bible. Be nice to each other. All right. Freaking love your neighbor type. All right. This is Handsome Homie. Peace.